Hello there, YouTube. How the hell are you? My name is Vac, and we're here today to play some Marvel Strike Force. So welcome to Mortytown TV. Come on in, chill out, make yourself at home, get swifty.
Oh yeah, you gotta get swifty. You gotta get swifty in here.
All right. So I got the chat pulled up here. We're ready to get this thing going. So a little bit to do tonight. We have a war going, but it's probably not going to eat up too much of our time, and I'll show you why. If you were on this morning stream, you got to see this. We're fighting a Shell Alliance again. This is twice in 1 week, which we should probably consider ourselves lucky. It's kind of boring for me, but it'll be good for our season total. But this is an alliance with one person in it, and that one person does not have a defense set up and is not attacking. So seems by design. Every room is just full of shield officers, and we're just blowing our way through in full clearing. Hopefully. I expect that by the time we get through the night shift and everything. Oh, absolutely, Joshua. I did see the blog, yes, sir. And welcome back to the stream. I don't know whether to be excited or kill myself. I really don't know. I have mixed feelings on the matter. As much as I hate Dark Dimension 3, putting another big carrot at the end of Dark Dimension 4 does not excite me. It makes me want to walk away from this game. So, I don't know. I still a lot I want to play for, but I got real excited when I started reading about the PvP versus battle mode, and then it kind of just came out that we're going to have to play test their matchmaking. It's not going to be coming anytime soon. So yeah, I don't know. I'm really not happy with that blog at all. It's more of the shit I don't want and none of the stuff I do. So we were just talking about this yesterday. In fact, yeah, Gear Tier 15 and all this mess. So there's nothing in there I'm excited about. Not a lick of it. Not ISO 8. Not Gear 15. Doctor Doom's great, but you're gonna make me suffer to get him. Oh wow, that was good. I need those blob shards. So yeah, I'm kind of not stoked about that. Kind of looking at the door. I don't know. I don't have any other game right now that I'd like to play more, but this kind of shit does make it more likely that if one presents itself, I will. Because they seem to be leaning very heavily into the game modes that just aren't fun. And taking their sweet, blessed time with the ones that are. So, it's kind of discouraging, to be quite honest. So anyway, as I start most play sessions, we're going to farm the store out here. We're going to see what we need out of all this and pick up what we can, what looks like we're low on, etc. I probably don't need too much purple gear. Definitely need these defense boosts. Don't need them for this war, but I need them. Don't need any of these characters. We'll definitely take these isomers. This is one of the biggest things we're low on right now. And we might end up refreshing some nodes to farm more of them. Let's see here. Definitely want our blob shards. We're trying to get him finished out. It's really the only character we're farming left. Everything else is just gear. And I'm about out of war. I'm not gonna buy the marrow. I've got quite a bit of it right now, actually. It's not what I'm hoping to see. No options for upgrades. It'll be nice to pick up some on a daily basis, and it will also be nice to pick up a bunch when I finish Dark Dimension 3. It's just the problem is you got to play Dark Dimension 3 to do it. So anyway, we got some energy to spend. We're going to run right over to campaigns and do that. And we probably do need to refresh the nodes that will give us isomers, because that is the biggest thing we're behind on. So we'll just refresh the 50s on these, because we need both pieces out of there. And then probably something else good we can get besides isomers. Not that for sure. But you know what? I think I'm several months away from making any move on anything like that, if ever. If ever. I love this game, and it could just take one good thing that they do somewhere down the road to really bring me back in hard. But I'm very discouraged by the fact that I was hoping to get PvP, and we're not going to be getting PvP. They're just extending the beta test of it, and instead we're going to get a bunch of crap I hate. So it's like, I'm still very much in the custom of doing this every day, and I don't see that changing. And I very much love the mechanics of the game and how it works. It's just certain game modes that I don't care for. And I've very much been enjoying this whole YouTuber thing. So I think whatever I end up doing in the future, I know I'll probably lose subscribers over it, but I'm just gonna keep streaming. Because you know, people come here for the game, not me. I get that. But I'll rebuild again if need be. I'm not gonna play this game forever, right? But I do see me playing this game a good while longer. It would be nice if I can make it into that top 50 before I go. Just the competitor in me, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm looking to more slack off the whaling than to pick up on it. But who knows? Who knows? I gotta reserve my judgment on ISO 8. Right? I can go either way on that. That could be really fun and really good, or it could be terrible. You know. So I will reserve judgment on that. Dark Dimension 4. I don't even really need to hear anything more. I hate that. I hate it. Despise it. But you know, we'll see what it looks like. We'll see what it looks like. All right, so that's all the orbs, all the energies. Let's see here. We got knocked down to 3rd in arena, so let's go ahead and reclaim that 2nd spot. So hello there if you're just joining us. I'm back. Welcome to Mortytown TV. So we have this squishy left side over here. This is the Black Order team of Unclouded, a player that I find in my arena shard quite a lot. All right, so he flips on us, and then we just flip right back, and we didn't get rid of the taunt. That sucks, but you know, they're down 2 people already. We're fine. And it looks like Corvus ain't long for this world neither. So there you go. Thomas, good morning to you, sir. I think with counterattacks, this might end up doing more damage to him than it did to me. So yeah, I know they released that blog to get us all excited about the coming year, but I don't think it means what they think it means. Doesn't get me excited at all. I've truly been looking forward to getting through Dark Dimension 3 and getting a respite from such a terrible game mode every day. And now I got another one staring me in the face. Blah. I have never been a fan of PvE, boring, scripted fights. I played, you know, World of Warcraft for years, but I hated raids. I hated... Dungeons were alright. Something you can just do with 5 friends or so. That was alright. I never minded that as much, but it's still not my favorite gameplay. I always like going out there with my friends and testing ourselves against other people and their friends. PvP. That's always what's excited me. There's nothing like a real opponent with a brain and not a scripted CPU dance. Yeah, never really have cared much for that. Well, I'm sure, yeah, it's going to help people catch up, and I'm sure a lot of people are excited by that. You know, there's, you know, mini uniques and such being more prevalent. I mean, I've been painfully farming those things forever, but yeah, they're just going to make them easier because they're going to add in the next level of gear that's going to vex you. It's not going to be easy to get gear tier 15, so it's just just a step up in progression, basically. It's kind of a push as far as I can see. Gear Tier 14 will get easier, Gear Tier 15 will come along, and it will still be maddeningly difficult. And you'll still have to pre-farm, you'll still have to check the store every day, and you know, the basic routine will not change. Okay, so that's Arena, that's everything else. Yeah, it's going to be more pay to win. Everything in this game is going to be pay to win. They'll introduce some catch-up mechanics occasionally to keep people abreast, but mostly, yeah, no, it's going to be whale-centric and pay to win. That's just a model. I really am hoping one day I can go back to playing a game where everybody just pays $10 a month or something like that and is on an even footing, and the only thing you can microtransaction is cosmetics. Like, that would be nice. And I think I can see me, after I'm done here, moving that direction with my gameplay in the future. Because Daddy wants to build that deck, you know. So anyway, okay, the wars, I don't think I have any energy. Let's see when's the next time I'm going to get some. We're, of course, facing a Shell Alliance, for those of you who aren't Locos. We're facing the second Shell Alliance in a week. We started the week with one of these last week, and now we're starting the week with one of them this week. And let's see here. When am I going to get an injury? Another 52 minutes. Okay. So let's see about that. We'll come back to that later. It's not going to be a very exciting battle. It's going to be a horrendous punch down. But we do have some raids to do, for sure. We'll get going on U7. I expect ISO 8 to be very much pay to win, but we'll see. Why else would they be so... They wouldn't really want to release it if it wasn't. These guys are just there to chase profit. I think all the guys who were there for the love of the game, they're gone. Yeah, I guess those are grandpa's stories. But man, those games still exist, Thomas. They're still out there. People are still playing World of Warcraft. People are, Warhammer Age of Reckoning is still like small servers are still being run privately by players. Like, those games are still around. In many cases, they're totally free to play now with no pay to win model. It's just that there's not a big player base because they're old games and their graphics are dated. Anybody kept tabs on the new classic version of World of Warcraft? I had some friends that played it for a while, but they've already stopped. So I don't really know what they're looking like. Eddie, how you doing, buddy? Still a little queasy in the tummy, but not terrible. Feeling all right at the moment. But I'm in one of those dangerous situations where a call to nature could come along at any moment very rapidly on me. But other than that, I'm fine. They're not a myth. I've played them. Myself and Redta and Baxos, and we all love that kind of stuff. And me and Twerpy have occasionally gone back and played games like that. Twerpy and I think we've done like 3 different runs on Age of Reckoning. It's just that, yeah, man, like off peak hours, there's nobody playing, right? So it's kind of difficult to enjoy a PvP game in that scenario. But hell, just recently, Twerpy and we made a good long run playing SWTOR, Star Wars: The Old Republic, which is an MMO that has some really good PvP elements and some good PvE elements. Great story, it's voice acted, like really good stuff, actually. And I enjoyed that a lot. We love playing Hutball, and there's not really a pay to win. There's just pay for convenience, right? Like you can pay to buy mounts, and you can pay to buy, but you can't really get better gear that way. I guess in a way, maybe you can. There's some like packs you can open that'll give some stuff, but mostly it's just all cosmetics. Yeah, but the Avengers game that's coming is, that's a single player console game. It's a totally different thing than what we're mostly talking about, multiplayer online games. What I'm talking about is a future home for Mortytown players when this game is over, right? Because there's a lot of the guys that I'm playing with now. Like a lot of the guys I'm playing with that I formed this guild with, we've been following each other from game to game for years. And there's some guys that we've met here that I'd like to bring along with me when the day comes. So, there's nothing on the horizon that I'm like, yeah, that's the one. But today's announcement makes me want to start looking. And in fact, a lot of my friends that started this with me and have now quit, they're playing Destiny too. And, messing around with the new season of Diablo 3 and shit like that. Yeah, they love that, man. They'll make you watch commercials if you're not going to pay. I think you're talking about Fruit Ninja. Is that what you're talking about, Fruit Ninja? That was a pretty popular game for a while. But just the whole mobile game model entirely is very pay to win, very much a profit driven industry in that regard. To really get the good subscription models, the $15 a month, everybody's on an even playing field. That you got to go to PC games for that, and that's really where I'm at as a player. That's my home. I've been PC Master Race for decades now. Good Slice. I haven't heard that one. Kind of sounds like a Fruit Ninja knockoff, but that's an incredibly fun and popular game, so I can see how people would emulate it. Not really my cup of tea, but not everybody's me, right? Mr. Perkins, welcome to the stream, sir. I don't like Dark Dimension at all. I think it's lazy game design. It's not fun. It's just a grindy ass mode we got to go through to get a big carrot, right? And I prefer to have fun on the way to my carrots. It's just me. Yeah, because they know I'm gonna want Doctor Doom, So yeah, if I'm still playing, I'll be doing it. Exactly, Thomas. You were like, monthly subscription. What is this nonsense? And now it's like, oh, we just got screwed by Mystique. And yeah, now I would love to go back to that $15 a month model. And like I say, I was doing that right before I came to play this game. Mr. Brunk, how do you do? Because the game I played before this, it was me and Twerp playing Star Wars: The Old Republic. And that was, again, like a $15 a month. And you had a free-to-play option if you didn't want to pay that. But the $15 a month that you would pay would give you a little boost in like XP boost advancement. But most of the game was at max level, and that didn't really matter as much. But you got cool, like, peripheral kind of cosmetic stuff, like a house and a place to store all your gear and like a cool selection of mounts and vehicles that you could drive around and stuff like that. None of it really helped you that much in PvP or anything like that. It was still fairly even playing field there. And I really did enjoy that model. It was just, we played the hell out of that game. It was getting a little stale. And I started doing this, and the biggest problem I was having was I wasn't at home very often. I was working 12-hour shifts every day, and I just didn't have that much time to sit here at my PC. That's changed now, and of course I mostly play Marvel Strike Force at home on BlueStacks these days. So I have that option again, but there's no real game that's jumping out at me. I'm not going to leave Marvel Strike Force behind to go play something that's been out a while. I'm not doing that. you know, but I'm gonna reserve judgment and see what I think of the stuff that's coming. Right, I have not had a chance to get my hands on ISO 8. I maybe by some stroke of luck, Dark Dimension 4 will not be as miserable and unfun as Dark Dimension 3 is, but I doubt it. I really, really doubt it. And so if Dark Dimension is going to be the focus of this game, it's not for me. I was really excited by the introduction of Versus, but they really seem to be taking their sweet time doing anything with it. I'm glad they're moving the right direction with some matchmaking, but like now we're going to have to test the matchmaking for another 6 months. Like, meh. Doesn't instill in me a great deal of confidence. Not that I had a lot in the first place, but hey, you know, the game itself, the architecture of the game that was built at release is very solid. It's a smooth playing, good looking game. I'm not much for grinding, so it's just, you know, everybody's different, but I'm good with grinding if necessary in games, but it can be taken to an extreme, and I kind of feel like Dark Dimension is that extreme. Anything that I go into and just face plan on a daily basis, and I'm a top 100 player in power, like, that's maybe tuned a little too high, buddy. That's just there to bleed money out of people. That's all that's for. Oh, you want some more content, do you? Here's your content, jack-offs. Enjoy this. Suck on that for the next year. It's just, this is fairly ridiculous gameplay to me. I was unaware of the introduction of such laws, Thomas. That's an interesting thing. I'll have to look into that. More reason for American business people to demonize the EU is what it sounds like. I'm fairly certain of this. If legislation like that passed, and they felt that they could make $1 more, they would pull it out of Europe and only offer it in the UK and the US. If it earned them $1 more. It's a really good game, and that's why I play it. But it is an admittedly predatory model, and you know, it doesn't make me popular saying it, but like, if I were a free-to-play player, I would not ever bother playing a game like this unless I got in on the ground floor, day one of release, even better beta. Otherwise, I don't see how you're ever going to be much more than cannon fodder. It just seems like too much of an uphill battle. Oh yeah, well see, that's the way to get money out of you Europeans is FIFA games, right? You guys love that crap. You wouldn't make a penny on that here. You'd have to go for a football game or something like that. There we go. There we go. Who's blowing me up? Is this important? It is not. It is not. It is not. All right. I mean, it's not like nobody here likes football, right? Like football, but it's rare. I got a cousin that was really an excellent player as a kid, and he went to college on a scholarship, University of Missouri. Okay, you look like a millennial when you do all that dabbing, but okay. Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's weird, but you also punt the ball with your feet, and you kick off the ball with your feet. And our American ancestors had this really weird thing for trying to do the same thing that everybody in Europe's doing, but differentiate it somehow, because we're different. We're American, So I agree that there might have been a better name that they could have used for that, but football's what it is, right? Football's what it is. I guess slappy pads didn't really make as much sense. No, I mean, Thomas is not wrong. Thomas is not wrong. I still love the sport. Nothing's changed that, but you're not wrong about the name. You're not wrong. It's a little odd, but you do use your foot on the ball as well. And goalies get to use their hands. They don't call it handball. Anyway, let's heal. Oh, we got heal blocks. That's bad. This is bad. There we go. Stay alive, Minerva. We're gonna need those. We're gonna need that drain. Yeah, I used to go watch my cousin when he was like 14, 15. He would play indoor league soccer, and it was really cool to watch. They were playing in basically an arena the size of. Oh, we lost her. There we go. This is trouble. It was an arena the size of a hockey rink, essentially, and had the big plexiglass wall around it as well. All right, let's get into autoplay here since we basically lost our healers. We need to get on with this. We'll be fine. And so, it added the element in of it was a much shorter, smaller field. So there was, and then of course it was mostly young people playing. So it was very energetic and a lot of, it was a lot of action, a lot of bumping around, and a lot of really cool bank shots off the walls. All right. Yeah, we have handball here as well. That is, handball and racquetball are both very popular sports amongst the more affluent sections of our society. It's not something poor people play. Or even middle-class people, because we can't usually afford the membership dues to the clubs where you could play such things. So yeah, racquetball, handball, tennis, these are typically upper middle class sports. Kind of, somewhere like just this side of polo and things like that. So but we have handball. My uncle's kind of a somewhat wealthy real estate guy back in the day in the 80s and 90s, and he had a membership at a country club and would go down there and play handball and racquetball. The rest of us in the family, we all thought he was bougie as hell. Definitely a gigantic douchebag. Definitely. What is up, Nate Dogg? Welcome back to the stream, sir. Where you at, man? Where you been? I need you, man. We're losing the war. I need your help in the war, Nate. I'm kidding. It's a route. So who's going hard on Toad? What are you guys at now? What's the blitz scores? No, you don't. You play with rackets. I'm familiar with badminton. None of us named these sports, Thomas. They were handed down to us by previous generations. 4 million on Toad. Go Nate. Nice. Oh, I bet I'm barely 2 million, if anything. I'm not even that high, probably. Good evening, Phantom. Welcome back to the stream, sir. Good to see you. Good to see you. We are commiserating / discussing today's blog. Mr. Cabrera, welcome back, sir. I can understand that. I have had real life get in the way of many a blitz and other kind of gaming pursuits in the past. It happens to the best of us. I hear you, Thomas. I mean, I'm pretty much done until the next X-23 blitz, really. Unless they come up with a blob blitz that I didn't know about. $4.1. Nice. That's a very respectable score, both of you gentlemen. All right, moving right along. Now we're into the mutant section of the program, mutant and mercenary. So we'll start off with Brotherhood and move from there. Brotherhood 2.0. Nice, nice. I probably should pick up one more offer. That'd probably get me to 6. I want to try to get them all to 6 stars just in case Octavius is a 6-star unlock, you know? I do want that Doc Ock. I do want that. Mr. Harris, welcome back. Yeah, DD4. We were just talking about this yesterday, right? What Joshua was pointing out. I believe he's correct. I think it's fairly miserable, and I hate it. I hate it. I hope that they mean for it to come out very much later this year. At least give me a few months in between finishing Dark Dimension 3 and having to start up Dark Dimension 4. Please give me some time off. I'm excited about Doom too. I just don't want to do another Dark Dimension. I would prefer it if I could get Doom by doing something fun. You know? I mean, maybe that's just me. But going into a grind fest that's just designed to entice me to spend cores to speed it up, that's really not my gig. No matter how nice the carrot, I can't get excited about it. Yeah, I don't rule out the possibility that they could have Doc Ock be a 6-star unlock. It might not happen. They haven't done that for a while. But it's not like they've never done it. And they did specifically mention, several of the envoys mentioned that they had it mentioned to them, that this one was going to be very whale friendly. So kind of sounds like only the whales are going to get them to start. It's going to be a 6-star unlock. And because it's a 6-star unlock, most people aren't going to get it. It'll just be the whales. And then the whales will get to play with him for months before anybody else gets a shot at him. Right? That's what I hear when I think whale friendly, you know? it always feels good to get done with it, right? But that's pretty much the only thing about it that makes me feel good. I mean, I thought DD 1 and 2 were kind of like, not that entertaining. And then I get to Dark Dimension 3 and it's not entertaining. Plus, it's just masochistically hard and a grind. And I hate to see what DD 4 looks like because I am hating this one. Go in every day and I spend cores to make a little chunk of progress every day. Like, that's miserable. That's not fun. There's no way that's fun. Not for me, at least. Not for me, at least. Exactly. I mean, it's just getting progressively worse with each iteration. So, to me, it represents the very worst of the game design in this developer house, right? Like, whoever put together Versus, man, they did some good work there. But hey, let's focus on that. But fuck no, we're gonna keep beta testing that sucker. No, hell no. They tantalize us with, hey, we're gonna make a game mode with rewards, and but first, why don't you test our matchmaking for a while? All right, so where are we at on the war? But hey, don't be worried too much about me, getting this off my chest. If I see any game on the horizon that might pull me away from this, I would let you guys know well in advance. And more than likely, I'm going to keep streaming no matter what I go to doing next. All right, I'm just going to transition from one game to the next, and we're going to keep the VAC/Mortytown gaming channel rolling. Because this is pretty fun for me. I like doing this. I like interfacing with the community. I would like to see one day what it'd be like to do this from the ground floor on a game. But we're up to 26 minutes left on that. But I see no game on my horizon that's going to do that. We're not going anywhere just yet, but I am a little grumbly about the future looking at this blog. So, got all the raids done. Did get all the raids done. So let's do a little blitzing. We'll kill some time until I get that next war attack. Don't need any any shards, but this is just points toward my next Ultimus orb, which will which now actually gives us some useful stuff. As long as I don't go DC. More than likely, the next game will not be any kind of superhero or comic-related thing at all, but we'll see. I don't know. I don't really know what it's going to be, so I can't really say. It very likely will be some sort of multiplayer role-playing game online, some kind of MMORPG of some sort, most likely. Preferably with some good PvP, something that I'm going to go play with, with a lot of my real life friends that I've had for decades now. And it'll have to be something new, right? It's going to be a new game for sure, right? Like if I was just looking to jump off and go play an MMO with some PvP, then I'd grab Twerp and I'd go back to playing Star Wars: The Old Republic or something like that. We'd go play some damn Hutball. It was a lot of fun. But I like the PvP here too. I'm enjoying wars. I don't enjoy it when we go up against shell alliances or whatever, but we'll take the points, right? We'll take the win. It's good rewards out of war also, so we'll take it. I like how you snapped me away, Thomas. Like whatever they put out, though, Nate, there's gonna be some super Kraken whale that's gonna be, number one, the guy was in a better position than the rest of us to beat it because I'm sure he had way more gear tier 14 characters than we did. But you know, also he probably had to spend $1,000 or more in cores to run through it as fast as he did. Which, you know, it may end up not being that much more money than most other people will spend on it. It's just that most other people will spread that cost out across a number of weeks or months, you know. Oh yeah, no symbiotes. But the YouTube channel will persist. That I promise you, one way or the other. I'm going to try to continue to provide good commentary and good gaming content for as long as I can, as long as I got something to say. And I've been really enjoying this new hobby, right? So, you know, I got about, 4 or 5 years left to work, and who knows, I might transition to doing this full time when I retire. All right, let's see here. Looks like Daredevil is the guy to go with. Nice little, wasn't quite a one-shot, but close enough. We'll take it. And that is the strength of this Brawlers team, is just focus DPS out of the gate, right? Overwhelm the enemy. Usually you can use your Captain Marvel to make it a 5v4 right off the bat. And now it's just us and Cap. And he's like, I could do this all day. And we're like, yeah, man, we know. Like, you know.
Wubba lubba dub dub!
Not if you get multi-flagged for playing DC games. Probably not gonna. Honestly, I haven't even seen the DC films, right? Like, I've always liked Batman like anybody else, but and I really love the Arkham series of games. I really enjoyed those. But more than likely, no, I'm not playing a DC game, particularly not a mobile game. So don't worry. It's way more likely to be some kind of a high fantasy RPG. That's kind of my jam. I'm a D&D guy from way back. Way back. But I also love playing strategy games, but single player strategy games probably will not transition as well into streaming. Oh man, I can see me doing a Rick and Morty game. I never have played that Pocket Morty's game. I knew some other people that did, but that's not something I really was into. I very much resisted playing any game of this game model until I saw this, right? And I only tried this because I needed something to play at work, right? And I needed something I could play either on my phone or my tablet while I was hanging out in my long, boring 12-hour shifts. And so, I thought, well, I'm going to try that Marvel game, right? I was really loving on the movies at the time, 2 years ago. I think we were in between Infinity War and Endgame, right? It was a very exciting time in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And I thought, all right, I'm going to try this out, see if it's fun to play at work. And yeah, it turned out to be a really good, solid game. So I thought, okay, I'm going to play this. And then, here I am, two and some odd years later, talking to you. I figured out the game. I learned from the best content creators, and I find myself, highly placed in the top, players toward the end of the game. I think this game does have another year or so of life in it. At some point, somebody else is going to come along and make a good enough game to start sucking people away from this. But I don't know. I think it's going to be fine for a while. Perhaps another 2 years of life, which is really a long time for a game like this. This is really breaking the mold with its longevity. Like you're seeing, how far did Galaxy of Heroes precede this game? Because this is basically an emulation of Galaxy of Heroes in many ways, and it's not dead, but it's starting to fall apart over there. You and me both, Adrian. Like, I don't have time for another game. Like, I occasionally will. I have like a little side game I'll play that's like something that doesn't eat up a lot of time and I can come and go without much issue. Like, my buddy Red Todd loves to play Terraria, and so I will occasionally go play Terraria. Because it's something you can just load up and then shut her down, and next time you play, you're right back where you started again. There's not a whole lot of time investment that has to be put in. I can just go play. I can go play for 40 minutes and fish, right? But it seems like here lately, though, I don't even have time for that. I'm running 2 alliances with 2 accounts. I'm trying to get better at this whole YouTuber thing. So time is short. I'm trying to keep recruiting graphics up in all the appropriate spots so that we can recruit more Mortys. Speaking of which, we got a few spots left in the Morty Juniors. If you're looking to join the fam, you can join up in the Discord, link below. 2015. Okay, so that was like 3 years before this game started, something like that. That's what I'm saying. I see this game having another 1 to 2 or 3 good years of life in it. And then it'll be a little stale and a little dated, and people will start migrating to the next big thing. We need a playable goose. I'll take a Howard the Duck. A little slow on them heal blocks. Could have used them a little earlier. I still think we're fine with this team. Definitely now. Go X. A lot of retaliations here. Oh, not too bad, actually. Counterattacks, I mean to say. Alright, so Domino's down. Deadpool is killable, but it's not going to matter. We're in good shape here. Do a little turn bar manipulation. Jessica. Alright. And now we just wear down the big guy. So yeah, I'm not excited at all about Dark Dimension. I am excited about Doom, but less excited because he's going to be at the end of another Dark Dimension. And I'm on the fence on ISO 8. I'm going to reserve judgment on that one. Whoa, 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 whoa. Rocket's got a girlfriend? I had no idea. I had no idea. How can Rocket not have a girlfriend? Well, I mean, yeah, you know, I mean, Bradley Cooper's pretty smooth, I guess, but still. I did not know this thing. This is this thing I did not know. I did not know thing. News to me. I haven't read comics in a very long time. I just read enough as a kid that when those movies started coming out, they really spoke to my inner child. And they're just pretty cinematically solid for action films. So I got back into Marvel, and then that led to me playing this. Because like I said, I've always been more of an RPG, you know, like high fantasy or sci-fi kind of guy. I've always liked single player or even multiplayer war strategy games, like any of the Paradox series, you know, Crusader Kings or Europa Universalis. Like, I'm a big fan of all those games. I love Stellaris, you know. But, like I say, if I move on from this to any other game, it'll be a brand new game that we'll be trying to stream and create content for, Ground Floor. And there's just nothing on the horizon that I'm seeing yet. There are a couple of RPGs in beta that look like maybe, right? Maybe. But nothing in the imminent future. So for now, we're just going to focus on getting this Doc Ock, right? Okay, she's a hare. Okay, she's an otter related to a hare related to a walrus. Sure, why not? Kind of sounds like they were all created in a lab. That none of that was actual genetics. But hey, what do I know? I've never read it. I got no idea. It reminds me of a Palladium role-playing game that I used to play. Is anybody familiar with Palladium? There was this company that made tabletop, you know, like pen and paper role-playing games, like Dungeons and Dragons, stuff like that. Except they did games like Rift, which is like this really awesome sci-fi. And one of the ones that they did was based on Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? And you didn't have to play a turtle. You didn't even necessarily have to play a ninja, but you did play some kind of mutated anthropomorphic animal, right? One of my favorite characters I had was a cheetah that could just, you know, has, you know, incredible speed and that kind of thing. And that was a lot of fun to play. And those were some of my favorite tabletop RPGs growing up. Some of the best campaigns we ever did were you know, one guy's a rhino and, you know, one guy's a cheetah and, you know, all kind of different anthropomorphic animals having adventures out there. That was a lot of fun, actually. You know, this was back before, you know, like computer games were at all good. So, you know, it was mostly just kids using their imagination and rolling dice. The High Evolutionary, that makes sense. Yeah, extend all those debuffs that don't exist, Wanda. That's perfect. Good job. Good job. Oh, I didn't need that Winds of Platoon. That was wasted. Whatever. We're in good shape. Let's just get rid of Quake, and then it's just a little grind to get down Hulk, and we're done. Yeah, I did not need to see DD4 written anywhere in ink today. I just, you know, I mean, I'm probably a good solid month from getting done with my second run with DD3. It seems like that's the only thing they can do from home, I guess, is just add in more dark dimension nodes. I don't know. Perhaps they're back to working in the office. I really don't know. Boom. All right. Yeah. I guess Tony be the next best target. Now, what little I've seen of ISO 8 looks like it might be cool. It might be cool. It's going to be 100% pay to win, but it might be cool. It's an Avengers team. Oh no. Oh no. Save me from the Avengers team. Might be tough. It's got a War Machine on it. That's something. He's one of the better Avengers characters. Alright, so yeah, let's go right at him. I don't know if we'll get him fast enough before he uses his ult, but I think we can. Oh yeah. Quake is not exactly an Avenger, although I could hope, right? I hope one day. I really hope they bring her into the MCU. I like the character a lot. I really loved her on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. all this time. The actress is a hilarious, lovely young woman, and I hope that they keep the character around. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They kill my tank and then they kill my healers. It's just us and Cap and Widow. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We might need to get out of here. Oh, hell with it. Ride it. Who cares? Let's ride it out. No, she's definitely going to beat us. There's no way. We're out of here. Not that I care about the score. I am done with Toad. But it's more ultimate shards, which I guess is not completely worthless now, right? There's that at least. I still don't think it's that valuable. I don't necessarily know that it's worth that much of my time, but you know, I want to give the stream a good solid hour, and I would like to push this along long enough to get a war attack in on camera, just to show off the horrendous punch down. So that everybody can see my MVP performance. Now, I don't know. Last time I didn't even get to get full 12 attacks in because I went to bed, and by the time I got up in the morning, we were full cleared. So, yeah, that's probably what's going to happen this time. Just no way to protect Johnny with this team. move that guy out of there. Come on, guys. Come on. Could use Johnny and his AEs right now. This is a team I need to give a little bit more love to. Probably a few T4s. I've been ignoring everybody just for the sake of Black Order. Yep, just Jarvis. But I took his inclusion to be a good sign for the future. Because if we could get, like, I mean, I would love to see not just a Quake, but like a Melinda May and a Yo-Yo, and, you know, I mean, I would love to see these characters make the jump. I mean, it's not true anyway. I mean, you still have Coulson, right? Coulson was in the early movies, and then he made another appearance later in Captain Marvel. So, you know, Coulson's a good example of a character that has been back and forth from movie to TV several times. But you're right that Jarvis is the only one that started on TV and ended up in the movies. But I mean, he was in that movie for like 2 seconds, you know. All right, I don't like the look of this one. Let's not waste any more time on it. You're right, you're right. I'm not disputing you. But Coulson is another bridge between those two worlds. Also a fantastic character. Ooh, 1 minute. 1 minute. I love the character. I think they kill him off a little too much. Like, quit killing him off, you're going to keep bringing him back. You know, the first time, you know, so that he can bridge from the Avengers into the TV show, I thought that was all handled pretty well. You know, have you ever been to Tahiti? It's a magical place. Like that, I thought that was all done well, and I enjoyed that storyline. But then killing him off and then bringing him back as Sarge, and then killing him off again and bringing him back as Coulson again as an LMD, or a life model decoy, a robot essentially. I thought all of that was kind of rushed. You know, don't get me wrong, I was glad to see the character back, but all right. So we definitely need the main thing we're holding on Venom here. Now I you know, as Thomas pointed out to me this morning, I spent up a bunch of my isomers raising characters in Fantastic Four, but I also still need 3 more of these superior molecular scans. So there's still a lot more store farming I'm going to have to do. At least 2 days worth probably, but it's probably going to take longer than that. So there's my energy. Let's go spend it. So I can put it down for the Mortys. So what team are we going to horrendously punch down with this time? Looks like power. Looks like we're up to power armor. I've just been going from the bottom of the list up. So let's wreck this autofill with power armor, shall we? And since we're not on a Blitz extravaganza, that's probably going to wrap me up. No need to even set up the whole wombo combo. Okay, so in the absence of any good content to do now, that's pretty much going to wrap it up. We're gonna have to call it at one good solid hour tonight. So we'll be back in the morning for a 9 a.m. stream. So that'll conclude Mortytown TV for the evening. I'm gonna go do some stuff off camera, and well, I ain't real sure, to be honest. Right now, I know I have a very bad call of nature that's coming. So anyway, appreciate having you guys here. All of you that have been riding along live tonight. We sure appreciate a like or a follow if you haven't given us one already. It helps us get more eyeballs on the channel. We're trying to grow it. Still pretty new in the content creator community, and we're just trying to get ourselves out there. So until I see you guys again, you guys be cool out there. You keep gaming. I'm Vac, and I'm out of here.